you ain't got Pepto Bismol, the next best thing is to listen to us, man. We'll tell you how to turn this shit around right here.
Alrighty. Welcome to an episode of Balls Deep. Nappy Nap. How are you doing today, buddy? Or this evening?
Woo! It's good. I'm good, man.
It's been a hot minute.
That was good.
We've missed a couple. We missed a week, a solid week. We both missed our preview show and our game day show. We went on husband retreat and had a recoup, and then I had an anniversary, so I had to scrub. I think the last one too. So life got in the way.
It's all good,
back.
man. We back.
what's up?
Yeah, we back. They had a bye week, motherfucker. We can have a bye week too, motherfuckers.
That's good. But we should be more active on social media and Twitter outlets, and let the people.
Hopefully,
let the good people know.
Well, hopefully y'all been winning, listening to us, and then the week that we took off, 2 weeks we took off. Hopefully you lost. That way now you know you need us, and we back. About to get a W. We'll show you how.
Alrighty, well let's. The boys are back. What up, Brad? So what we're gonna get into Thursday night football. But wait, these aren't right. These are old. Why are these old?
Oh, you didn't update these hoes.
I did. Hold on.
Go ahead. While we'll freestyle real quick while you get the tech going. Man, I'm telling you, we'll talk about last night's game.
We're good.
Oh,
there we
go.
You know I'm good.
I know. Look at that, man. I'm sorry I doubted you. I'm embarrassed now. But that's what I'm talking about, Beans. All right. Hey, I want to talk about last night, right? New England Jets. If you didn't catch the game, I don't blame you. Should have been a snooze fest. You know, you got a 2-5 team versus an 0-8 team. But man, if you remember Flacco Wacko, old Joe Flacco, man, he came big, man. It looked like it was 2014. He was just throwing these bombs. It was nice, man. I don't know if you got to see Cam Newton look like himself. So I think the real winner, though, is a waiver wire ad, Jacoby Myers. This little slot guy, I think he got 12 balls. I think he had 14 targets. I don't know, man. Cam's new favorite target. I know you got Edelman and you're trying to hold on to him, Beans, but I'd let his ass go, man. But last thing I learned, man, if you had Patriots D, I don't think they're of any value or have been. It's safe to say you can go ahead and drop them. But another thing, Jamison Crowder. I think this guy didn't really do much, but he was hot in the beginning of the season, man. Keep him or trade for him, get him. Did you get to catch it at all, Beans?
Sorry, what was that?
The Jets Patriots.
I did watch it. Sorry, I was trying to do something technical. So I can't wait to get to the studio because we're gonna have Kyle be kind of the fact checker and stuff.
On the that Wikipedia, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up scores and stuff. So while you talk, we can look at some scores and stuff. Anyway, did I catch the game? Yes, I did. I fell asleep because fucking game was late. It was like, hey, man.
Yeah.
But I was impressed by just the Jets' moxie and overall Joe Flacco. Surprised. I forgot he was forgot he was even in New York. Last time I remember he was in Denver, but then listening to the game, you remember that he got an injury. He got let go. I think they just didn't sign him back. I don't know if he got let go during the season or anything. Did he? With Denver?
No, they just didn't bring him back.
Yeah,
they just didn't bring him back. But hey, man, he had some flashes, and I'll tell you, I mean, not fantasy wise, but the Jets should look at keeping Flacco in for a little bit. And
I mean, it was funner than watching Sam Darnold. I've watched a few games of Sam Darnold, and
man,
never that exciting. Not to say that the Patriots Jets game was crazy exciting, but it was competitive, you know.
Yep. And like we listed a couple of the losers. Winner might have been Jacoby Myers there. That's his whole point. You know, here we'll run through these scores pretty quick. I'll tell you, I loved the Chiefs Panthers game. Right, that came down to 33-31. Should have bet the over on that hole, but Mahomes doing his thing. That's real obvious. I would say the winner in this one coming out is Curtis Samuel. I think he's available in like at least 40% of the leagues, man. People have been up and dropping him or keeping him. This guy's kind of like the utility player for Matt Rule over there. And I know McCaffrey's back, so we're trying to see how he's going to fit in. But the talent's there, man. So if they're forcing touches to him, which is what I'm seeing, hey, man, I think you get him. we should already know who the loser here is. This is going to come as a shock. If it does, then you're behind the eight ball, man. Le'Veon Bell. A lot of people were thinking the Chiefs were going to be, you know, just on fire with him. Truth be told, the Chiefs never needed him. This was more of a, I don't know, I'd say like a courtesy, maybe a little handout to Le'Veon. Um, hey, come win a ring with us, you know what I'm saying? But as far as him contributing, I don't see it happening. The snap count's still not there. It's only a second game. Maybe he's a weapon for the playoffs. I'm not sure, but anyways, even Daryl Williams, the other cat behind Clyde. I mean, he had a few more touches, a few more routes ran. So, uh, who is it? Randy's got Tyreek Hill.
Is yeah, Randy? I got some stuff pulled up, so let me know where you want to go, and I will pull it up on the screen here.
Pull up this since this is a division game. We'll show them some screen love. The Giants, Washington. You know, it was what 23-20.
Do you want to look up real scores? Or you want to look up league scores?
Oh yeah, no, we'll get to the league in a minute. Then, yeah.
Oh, you want to
Yeah, we'll get
actually?
to the league in a minute.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah. Giants, Washington is a division game, 23-20. I'd say J.D. McKissick is one of the guys that should be targeted. Now we're assuming that Gibbs is already picked up in your league, obviously, right? He's borderline low in RB1. We're assuming, you already got your studs like McLaurin. Um, just talking about this game. If you go tunnel vision, Giants, Washington, who's the real winner that came out of that? Somebody that we can scoop up, still available on the free agent wire. That's what we're trying to hit right now. Another one might be Evan Ingram. If some people are giving up on him, I would stay away from Darius Slayton, which I think you just dropped. Um, and obviously, we know the situation with Golden Tate was going down. These touches got to go somewhere. Unfortunately, Daniel Jones fumbled twice, just looks incompetent. So, the ceiling ain't that sexy over there if you
I
wearing blue up
I
north.
hate this new website layout of NFL.com. That is
Shit,
a
we could
drop.
just run down the scores that way if you had them. Well, hey, Bears Titans. Bears Titans was a good one, 24-17. Titans took that one. David Montgomery got hurt. That's worth mentioning. Concussion too. Usually running backs got a concussion. You already know. He's probably gonna miss the next game. Um, AJ Brown. I've been trying to get AJ Brown all fucking season. Did not work. Could not get him. Will was a bitch. Doesn't trade. Just motherfucker, just teasing people.
This is
But
better. Oh god, sorry.
you
Audio's messed up.
chopped and screwed.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm on the fly, man. I'm on the fly. First,
Yeah, this cat's
Cowboy
on
play.
pace for this kid's on pace. I think for 80 catches, 1,200 yards, 16 touchdowns. We know it's not going to happen, but AJ Brown's he's beasting it. I think that chemistry we saw late last season with Tannehill is starting to show back up. And Corey Davis, he was the guy that kind of got blanketed by that Bears team, that Bears defense. So AJ Brown, for some reason, opened up, man. Um, if you were writing Jonnu Smith early in the season, I think it's about time we may have to drop him here. Um, I doubt he'll be a trade piece, but I don't know. He's definitely not a guy you can just plug and play, right?
That's
Um,
Rebo's keeper.
I'm Jonnu Smith.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I interrupted you like a
shit.
terrible sidekick. Sorry.
No, man. I want to talk about this next one because this one actually probably carried you. Um, you wrecked me last week, bitch. So Vikings 34 over the Lions, another division game, right? 34-20. Dalvin Cook apparently is a god, huh? I don't know, 200 yards. He had over 200 yards. Dude's on pace for like 2,400 yards, 27 touchdowns. Dude's wild, man. Dalvin Cook's a god. But we'll talk about a cat that, hey, he might be on the waiver wire. I know you scooped him up 3 weeks ago, so you got ahead of the curve there. DeAndre Swift. I think Matt drafted him in the beginning, and then just had to make room for another flyer. But DeAndre Swift, that's a cat you want to go get. You want to go try and buy, maybe not necessarily buy low, but you might want to get a little more for him. He only had 13 touches, 64 yards, but kid had 3 more catches, 33 yards. So it's looking like I don't know if they're trying to make him the focal point, but Marvin Jones keeps making plays out there. They can't stack the box. Let Adrian
Well, it's
Peterson.
it's interesting that it seemed like they really liked Adrian Peterson despite his age, so he was getting quite a bit of touches, almost like splitting the carries with DeAndre Swift. And then I think as of maybe towards going to the end of the season, age is going to start showing itself on Adrian Peterson. So I think naturally more carries will go to DeAndre Swift. So I'm hoping that helps me out in the playoffs going forward. Because just looking at this last game, he got 13 carries over to Adrian Peterson, who got 8. I have just 2 games ago. He got in like the last quarter. I don't know if there was something wrong with him. I wasn't looking into it, but it just seemed like Adrian Peterson was getting the bulk of the carries initially.
I'll tell you what I like would be the fact that hey, the Lions might be playing from behind most of the time, so he might be getting a couple more touches through the air. And then if that's the case, they might have to abandon Adrian Peterson. You know what I mean? So Adrian Peterson might be getting the love early on, but then as the game script gets thrown out the window, shit, I think that's where DeAndre Swift comes in and makes his money. Shit. We jumped to Texans Jags. Texans Jags. Texans
We'll
finally
pull it up.
won their second game. Um, like 610 radio said, eventually Texans gonna have to beat someone else besides Jacksonville. But right now our 2 wins are against Jacksonville, baby. We swept that ass. So it took a 2 point conversion. It took them missing a 2 point conversion.
Those are the 2 wins
Um,
on the record, are both against the Jags.
yeah, holla at your boy. Yeah, yeah, man.
That's
I tell
funny.
you, fantasy wise though,
Deshaun
you
really
know,
kind of came through there for me. I think he put up like a 30 burger on you,
Deshaun, man,
but you had Aaron
Deshaun, man.
Rodgers. I mean, we can go into that later, but Aaron Rodgers had himself
Yeah,
a
but you
game.
had Deshaun and Dalvin Cook, like that right there. Your team name should be double D's. Like that's it. Those two are gonna win it, man. Fucking asshole. Anyways, um, weren't really any fantasy gems to uncover in this game. I would say, if anything, you got a little more confidence with GJ Chark, with how he posted his numbers. So, of course, it was against a bad Texans D. James Robinson really is
Will Fuller,
he
100
he had a
yards
good game. Oh yeah, yeah. Will Fuller, we knew. Oh yeah, we knew Will Fuller. Well, one play was a 77-yard fade.
and a touchdown.
Um, yeah, and that was a delay of game, man. Like the play clock had expired on them, but they didn't blow the whistle. So, but hey, fuck it. I don't know if man we can't pull it up, but Will Fuller, man, y'all should look up his post game conference. He was a little emo, man. He was talking about like how it felt to be trade bait and things like that after he had worked so hard for the organization and it felt weird or some shit. Like shut
Well,
the
can we
fuck
talk about
up,
that for a
man.
second? Actually, because like that's
Yeah, I
so
like it.
weird to me. Like, do you think there's actually weight to where the organization was really going to trade him? Because it just feels so I want stupid that that would even be real because they have no GM, they have no coach. What kind of personnel people do they have there
Yeah,
to
it'd
be making
be
that
a
decision?
I guess it'd be like a committee, right? So it'd be like a coach, Jack Easterby's bitch ass, who knows what he does right now. All I know is he's like a motivator. So you talking about Joe Osteen and that bitch? Um, just a mixture of folks like that. Probably Romeo Cornell has a little say, but yeah, they don't want to do anything too dramatic. But also you want to build your next hire up for success. So I could see how they were trying to flip Fuller. What I had heard was that they wanted a 2 for Fuller. Green Bay was only willing to give up a 4, so it was almost like disrespectful how Green Bay was coming to the table thinking like they're trying to get a deal like D Hop or some shit. But hey, I'm glad the Texans stood their ground, right? Reportedly, so
Well, yeah, that excuse me. Hopefully, you would like to see that because, like, I mean, the only way that would make even sense to me is if they got like a king's ransom for him or something. I mean, I think isn't he going into the last year of his contract, his rookie year, or is this is his last year? He would need to be extended after this year, correct? And he's been injury
yeah,
prone, so the thought is, hey, why don't you just like get something for him? Because we have no trade capital for the new hire coming in, and we're probably not going to re-sign him. I
I feel
mean,
that. Yeah,
again, they're
yeah,
not the GM, but if he's been injury prone, it's hard to see him
yeah. And
getting
we didn't pick
re-signed
up
for a
his
lot of
fifth
money.
option. Yeah, they
Okay.
didn't pick up his fifth option too, which you fourth rounder or first rounders you get that option. Hey, do you pick up the fifth year? Or yeah, not fourth, the fifth year or not, and they say nah. So I mean, that's how we like you just mentioned. That's how we ended up here where we are now. If I was full, I say fuck it. I know a lot of other people are gonna get me and at least pay a little more, show some respect. I would feel a little slighted, a little hurt in the pride department as far as like But then on the flip side, he has to understand, man, that motherfucker ain't finished a full season since when. It's just he's dynamic though, man. But I guess Bill O'Brien was all in on his ass. Like that's why they shipped away D Hop. But we'll see, man.
I mean,
Your boy
yeah,
Cooks did all right too. Your boy Cooks did all right too.
yeah. He's come through, and
Yeah,
again,
and a little shake and bake.
I don't like playing players on the same team, but it's working, so rolling with it.
Yeah, man, we'll run through the rest of these fast, like I'm talking rapid fire nut. So Ravens 24 over the Colts 10. If you got
Oh,
Jonathan Taylor, that's B Mac. I wouldn't say get nervous, but he fumbled. I think at the end of a 9 yard run. Um, and they just disciplined him. So as long as he's playing good, he's good. But these rookies, I guess Frank Wright's that type of coach that make these rookies feel like they in their place. Of course, Seahawks 34 losing to the Bills 44. That was crazy. We all know Josh Allen's a god. Um, what I would say here is if you've been trying to juggle that running back, um, Bills running back situation all year, it might have got a little more clear, right? I think Devin Singletary is a loser here, which means conversely Zach Moss is a winner. Uh, you know he had 9 carries, 2 targets, and a touchdown average numbers, I'd say, but hey, he got the touchdown, and I think Singletary's losing that snap count battle against him. So, Broncos, Falcons. Falcons came out 34-27. Um, if you got Jerry Judy, I'm telling you, you probably want to keep him. It looks like they're starting to use him as the number one receiver now. Tim Patrick was a cat that was doing well, another rookie, but Judy, man, I think him and Drew Lock, that's his top target going forward. I mean, 14 targets, caught 7 of them. One TD, baby. Last thing I mentioned there is I think this is for K who Melvin Gordon. I think it's time to let him go. Should have traded him a while back.
I don't think he
Um,
has anyone besides Melvin Gordon. What do you do when it's all you have?
yeah, you got to package it and get something like I don't know, man. Yeah, yeah, that might be where he's leading off with. Maybe, yeah. I mean, especially David Johnson's out too, who's also on his roster. So,
Ooh,
um,
that's probably what's his main
yeah, I
back
would.
there.
I mean, if I was K who, I'd just go to church 3 times on Sunday. You never know what might happen, man. You might end up getting a W. I know he
Work
can
for
sneak
Forrest
in the
Gump, man.
playoffs, though.
Got all that shrimp.
Raiders Chargers, man. This was a great game. I love Justin Herbert. Raiders 31-26. No need to mention Herbert here, but I will say if you had Joshua Kelly, um, don't know why you still have him. I think Will was ahead of the curve, dropped him 2 weeks ago. Justin Jackson's doing it, man, even though he left with an injury. But I think they're using Kalen Balaj now. Uh, this guy was waived by 2 teams this year. I mean, this is his third team of the 2020 season. And he came out probably worth. I'm only saying probably because I don't want to make it too obvious. He's worth the pickup straight up. Go ahead and get his ass, scoop his ass up, spend 40% of your free agent budget, whatever you need to do. Steelers Cowboys 24-19. Steelers up. I saw this meme talking about Steelers are 8-0, and here are the teams they beat, and then they barely beat the Cowboys like this. But Juju Smith came to play. I think here, if you're
Did
a
you
James
see?
Conner owner,
Did you see that he did? He recreated the TO celebration in the middle of the field of the star.
yeah, he was trying to do it. Yeah, right. But somebody brought him to the sideline, so he did it in front of the Steelers sideline instead.
Oh,
But
because
he
you
was
would get
trying to do a
flagged
homage.
if you were
No,
part
I
on the
think it's
field,
because
right?
I forgot who stopped him. I think it was James Conner. So, but somebody told him they were down at the time. So that touchdown, they weren't even ahead. He's like, man, it's not the time for that celebration. You know what I mean? Like, do it. If we're balling and we're ahead. But which was a
Yeah,
good call by his teammate
no,
because
it
I do
was.
hate when that shit happens, man. Um, I wouldn't say this was a loser on this game, but Chase Claypool, that rookie that everyone's been dependent on, he had 3 big drops, man. I think 2 of them were at least first downs. Um, and then he dropped a 51 yarder, I believe. So, yeah. I mean,
So speaking of that game, me and you made a trade, and we actually played each other this week. It's
oh,
funny,
yeah.
both we swapped
And then
running
our backs
backs.
played each other, huh?
Yeah, then they also played each other, but I didn't end up playing mine because I traded you James Conner for Ezekiel Elliott, and then I also got a tight end for the Vegas Raiders out of the deal. Why am I forgetting his name?
Darren Waller, man, you
Yes,
got
I
a hell of a deal out of that, man.
No, that was a great
Now
deal. I had
I,
to jump on that, and so I was very hesitant the first time. I was about to say no, but then when you package at the tight end, it was a good deal. I had
oh,
to
of
had to send it.
course,
So it was like you said,
yeah,
it hurt a
yeah.
little bit for both because with that deal, just to walk through where I remember where my head was at, you got James Conner, and not that he's putting up like top tier running back points, but Steelers are playing well, and so it's kind of more of a balanced offense where the Cowboys are kind of they're on the fourth quarterback who they play Garrett Gilbert this past game, and then it's putting more on Ezekiel Elliott. So the more eyes are on him, they're going to load the box, making the quarterback beat them. So that's why it's like I didn't want to trade for him, but then the tight
Oh
ends kind of
yeah,
sweeten that
nobody
deal a
wanted him,
lot.
bro.
Yeah, yeah. So they sweeten the
Yeah.
deal, and then so he still has the potential, to score a touchdown here and there. But yeah, um, so and then I also had uh, I'm forgetting anyway, good deal all
Austin
around.
Hooper, but it's not. Yeah, yeah. That part's not worth mentioning, the Austin Hooper part. But I would say this. To me, I see it as a Darren Waller for James Conner trade, and I had to throw in Zeke, and um, that's the only way I can help myself sleep at night. But hey, man, nobody wanted Zeke, man. Nobody wanted him,
Yeah, yeah.
for fairness, nobody wanted him because, hey, man, fourth string quarterback, with him. Yeah, Dallas just down the toilet, man. God bless Dallas fans,
And I
though.
didn't play him that game because he was reported with his hamstring not to play, but then game time decision he plays, which is surprising. Like you figure if he's already kind of borderline, why risk it? Because they're already going to be like gunning for him. You know.
Nah, nah, I feel that. I feel that. Um,
Anyway, side
I'll tell you.
tangent right there.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's move on, man. I ain't even gonna read the
Are we
next three
going to
games.
this?
I didn't know
Yeah,
this would
yeah.
take so long, man. This was a quick one, man. I just wanted to bring this up. Return of the Mac, man. And at first I was just thinking McCaffrey, but then I was thinking, man, Michael Thomas. Some of these players that people have been waiting all season to play, right? Um, Mike McCaffrey with that high ankle sprain earlier in the season. Michael Thomas ain't played since week one. Both came out and did their thing, man. I think McCaffrey's got another injury though, so we'll see. We'll see what's going down there.
Mm.
But Flacco, we already mentioned Flacco? Yeah, yeah, just looking like it was 2014, man. I was really happy for him. I was cheering for him. That receiving core was like Rashard Perriman caught two deep balls. I mean, this guy was drafted by the Ravens 7 years ago. Caught a couple touchdowns for the Bucks a few years ago. Um, I mean, some of this seen 8 or 0-9 though. I think they mentioned 10 roughing the passer penalties in the last however many, which is like automatic first down plus 15 yards. Like, man, just an undisciplined team. I don't know how Adam Gase is still has a job. What kind of Kool-Aid he sold the owner over there, but I don't know, man. It's a trash ass team.
You're
Um,
breaking up on me.
Anyways,
Hold
I go
on.
on a tangent, man. Oh, how's that? Better?
Yeah, yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna cut you. Maybe the network's
Well,
dipping.
fuck it, man. Let's go to some waiver wire
Yeah,
ads,
yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah. Let's do it. So what you got? What you got?
Um, This one it gets tougher every week because you kind of weed out, or the gems have already been weeded out. But quarterback, we'll touch on a little quarterback. We usually don't. Everybody's liking the Miami Dolphins rookie, Tua Tua Tagovailoa. This motherfucker doubled nearly all his numbers from last week. Um, Dolphins ain't looking bad, man. Not looking bad. I think you know, it's a reach, but that's probably the only quarterback I would recommend. I would say this: there's a stat out there: how many passings or how many passes, 15-yard passes, 15 or more yard passes. Josh Allen, big arm, he had 12, and then there was a tie for second place. It was two rookies, Tua and Justin Herbert, with 8. So 8 throws of 15 plus yards more. You know what I'm saying? That's quite impressive, man. Um, Running backs, like I said, it was kind of tough to pick. Obviously, the good one's already taken. I mentioned Kalen Balaj earlier. Um,
I
Duke
think Will
Johnson.
said Balaj was sent back to the practice squad. Will, can you confirm that through chat if you're
Damn.
watching?
So,
So if
so
that
he was
if
just up for COVID, huh?
maybe I sent back to practice squad, and I'm not sure. I think the rules the last couple of years of practice squad have changed, so it's more dynamic where you can go be kind of called up and called back down. I think before when you
Hey, I
got
would.
called up, you were on.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, for sure. They made a lot of that flexible. I think Romeo Cornell even explained it in the last press conference. How fluid that shit is too. Speaking of which, Texans signed Josh McCown off the practice squad of the Eagles, I think.
So that
Um,
was the unique thing I think I mentioned like one of the first episodes where Josh McCown got some kind of contract with the Eagles to basically just stay in shape, and I guess he might have technically been on the practice squad, but he wasn't really
that COVID
required.
contract,
Yeah, he wasn't
yeah, it was
required
just
to
like
actually
say,
be in
yeah, yeah.
Philly. So now he's actually taking a real contract. Like he's just back playing in the NFL.
Yeah, man, and some speculate that they might just be trying to get him in the building, get him familiar, and then elevate him to some sort of coaching down the road, position coach, and then so forth. But yeah, man, it was a sweet deal he had for Philly. He would go up there, show up every now and then, but for the most parts, go back to North Carolina and coach his son's high school football team, or at least that's what he did. Yeah, yeah, maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, it's a sweet deal, man. Um, hey, man, Duke Johnson, man, Duke Johnson. Uh, 16 carries, 40 yards, one touchdown. More importantly, David Johnson concussion. So, like I mentioned earlier with running backs, typically you get a concussion, you don't return back to the game. I think he's sitting out, man, 1 week. If anything, especially because
That's gonna
this
suck for
Texas
Kyle.
team's, yeah, yeah, yeah. This Texas team's 2-6, 2-7. Um, why would they risk bringing this guy back? I will say Duke Johnson was looking very nice. The thing here is, just like the backup quarterback, we all fall in love with the next player, especially when he shows a little juice and a little lightning. But can he do it if he's the bell cow? 20, 20, 20, 22 carries. Right now it's good because he's fresh legs. He's coming in every now, change of pace back, third down back. Uh, let's see, man. I think he can. I hope he can. I know he wants to, but well, shit, we'll see, man. 70-year running back, 5'9", 210 pounds. I mean, a little stout motherfucker, man. It's just, I guess he never had the chance to be the one, right? Last year he was with Carlos Hyde. Before that, he was over in Cleveland. So, um, I didn't really have any other running backs. I said J.D. McKissick earlier. Jordan Wilkins might be one, um, even though he doesn't get reception type love. But DeAndre Washington's like a real deep, deep, deep one. That's for the Dolphins. And the only reason I'm even saying that one is because Jordan Howard
So I got a
resurrected
question for
himself.
you. So I kind of mentioned earlier in the show, talking about older running backs and younger running backs. Are there any teams that you know of where maybe the season's getting later? There are maybe younger running backs, maybe rookies or something that might catch on more or have more tendency to catch on. I wish I had the stats to kind of back this theory up, but I would imagine,
No, free
the,
balling it. I would say.
yeah, like the
So you're talking
fresh
about
legs.
as the season progresses,
Yeah, just like
who steps up more, rookie
whether
wise.
what I mean, it could be a lot of things. It could be a playoff team kind of resting players, so some of the second guys get more targets, more carries, or
I
something where
like it.
this older guys just kind of declining because they're bad legs.
I would say what you would link to that would be something we mentioned earlier, like the high potent offenses that are using three receiver sets, and then that's a wide receiver three that you could target. Um, um, Shit, it's hard to mention one right now. Atlanta Falcons, right? Our cat earlier we mentioned 4 or 5 weeks ago, Olimade Zaccheaus caught a bomb. Um,
Who did you mention
Nigerian.
for
I don't know
the
if I.
Packers that had a really good game? I mean, not the main
Oh,
quarterback.
MVS. Yeah,
Yes,
Scantling.
yes, yes.
Yeah, man. Two deep balls. He went balls deep on the boys on Thursday. Was it Thursday night against San Fran?
Mm-hmm.
God damn. Rest in peace, Matt Ivy. Yeah, they got murdered, man. No, I was thinking about the times Colin Kaepernick used to fucking run wild on Green Bay, like in the regular season and then in the playoffs, just to fucking read option and then like fucking fake out Clay Matthews and then take it 60, 70. Man, it was so sweet to
Does
see.
Clay Matthews play for a team right now?
Nah, man. Shit, Texans should call him, man. I'll throw his ass in on third
Yeah.
downs, man. Rush the passer, go WWE on these motherfuckers, man. But yeah, I guess that's saying a lot, man. Maybe it's a health thing. I don't know how his tenure ended with the LA Rams, but he had Wade
Didn't
Phillips
he
as
get
his
a?
DC.
Yeah, I thought he got another opportunity after the Rams, like briefly. Doesn't matter. Um,
Hey,
what else you
I
got? You got
mentioned a couple receivers, man, and we
yeah,
can
yeah.
move on. Shoot,
I know K. Who needs some receivers.
Bills, Gabriel Davis. If we talk about high potent offenses, um, oh well, to finish your question, I would say rookie receivers catch on at towards the end of the season because of the opportunities. And I know I'm just saying that now because I've linked it to the what we mentioned. High potent offenses, three receiver sets. But I think it's the truth, man. We see it in T Higgins for the Browns. We see or for the Bengals. Um, Who else do we see it in? Justin Jefferson for the Vikings. I'm gonna miss someone and get grilled for it, man. But Gabriel Davis, I would say was a good one. C.D. Lamb, we're talking about Brandon, out of the Niners. Uh, Darnell Mooney. These next two, courtesy of D, Sex Panther, Team Sex Panther there, and KJ Hamler. He was showing me some of his daily fantasy, and he had KJ Hamler wrecking it.
What do you
Uh,
think of this Jacoby Myers? I was
Jacoby
looking at his
Myers for New
stats,
England.
and the last two
Yeah, man.
games, target, it's the last three games, San Fran, Buffalo, the Jets, 6, 10, 14. So targets have been going up. Overall points, 10, 13, and 30. So he had a really good game against the Jets. Obviously, it's the Jets. But do you make anything of this? I don't know
Uh,
what is
no, I
Edelman's
don't
out.
because New England's that game plan offense, right? They change week to week, so this week it might be him. That's the reason we don't trust a New England running back. You know what I'm saying? Because one week is James White, one week is Rex Burkhead, and then the next week they both treated like the redhead stepchild, and you bring in some rookie out of Alabama named Damian Harris. I mean, it's fucking wild, man. How they can just get the most out of each player and have them all produce.
Remember when
Um,
they made Hogan just look like a beast?
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. They
And
let
he
these boys
went,
go and get contracts somewhere
yeah,
else, and then
I think he went to Cleveland.
they oh man, they just go somewhere else, get paid, and then get exposed, and then either come back or hey, just retire,
So
man.
if you're
So
looking at
you
this
know.
list right now, there's the available free agent wide receivers in our league. Who are you taking with your limited funds, my man? And
All right, man.
I just went ahead
So
and I ranked them on the projected this week of
Richie
my
James, I'm
top
digging
ones.
Richie James. I think Richie James was is the truth there. Um,
28% boom.
yeah, yeah,
Well, what was
whatever
he
that
doing all
means,
season?
right?
He's like out. Did he just get
Yeah,
called
he's
up? Give first
just
game?
a rookie. Yeah,
13
I
targets,
don't
Green
even.
Bay. Jesus. 37 points.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's gonna stay there if Nick Mullins at the helm. You feel me? Outside of that, I might be still flirting with Tim Patrick. Although I did mention earlier Drew Lock, it looks like he's fantasizing with Jerry Judy. Uh, but man, I tell you, shit. Let's look ahead, man.
Oh,
Let's
what's
get
up?
off this waiver wire real quick.
Okay.
Well, we got looking at bye weeks next week.
Ooh, I
Bye
know.
weeks.
I've got some bye
Plan ahead,
weeks.
man. Yeah, you got some bye weeks coming up. We're heading into week 10, correct? So let's just look at week 11. Week 11 bye weeks, we got Buffalo Bills, Chicago Bears, Miami Dolphins, New York Giants, Jets, San Francisco 49ers. So think about guys you got to replace there. The Bills, you got Josh Allen for sure you're replacing. Stephon Diggs for sure you're replacing. This is how you want to see. Maybe do you want to scoop somebody up this week that we mentioned on the waiver wire ad and just hold them for a week so that hey, if they pop off, you got the starter,
But
and if not, you're gonna drop and pick up someone anyway.
at this point, I mean, playoffs should start to be solidifying in your league. Definitely in ours, if we're because we're doing a what like kind of 2 week round per round.
Yeah, I would say typical leagues, you got till week 13, so you probably got four more games: week 10, 11, 12, 13. Playoffs, start week 14. So yeah, playoffs start in week 11, so 3 weeks earlier. I don't like it, man. I want to go back to a longer regular season, so I'm gonna do that. But
Yeah,
it was cool. We're just experimenting this year. It's a throwback. We hadn't done it since 2009, where we had 2 week playoffs. And even
I
then, it was only four teams made playoffs out of 12. That's crazy. 4 out of 12 make it. I mean, so
yeah.
we doing 8 out of 12.
I
So
mean, each way is kind of cool. I mean, this way you get the oh, my team was really good all season, and I laid an egg on one game, and I'm out of the playoffs.
yeah, you get a little mulligan in the playoffs. Yep, yep.
Yeah,
I'll
because that's
give you the
happened to me.
mulligan.
But at the same time, I think
And first place gets $50. At the end of the season. So because originally they were supposed to get a bye week. So now we just said, hey, we're gonna add that eighth playoff spot and just throw $50 that way. But
I think I like the
but yeah,
I think I like the other way again, back the other way because it extends the regular season for everyone else to play, and
yes,
I think that bye week is also the reward. Like if you can get that, that's your kind of reward. So you don't have to play a week. So if
yeah,
you lay the mulligan, you lay the mulligan kind of thing.
yeah.
Then yeah. Anyway,
But yeah,
uh,
man. So those were
so
the bye weeks, man.
I mentioned that because looking at bye weeks, I have Kansas City on bye week for me, week 10, to Travis Kelsey, and I have a Kansas City defense, Kansas City defense doesn't do anything crazy, but they're okay. I mean, they had a couple good games against like some bad teams in terms of scoring some points. Um, but at this point, I'm pretty sure I'm locked into the playoffs. I don't think I could get out of the playoffs at this point. I'm
Need our
fighting.
historian to confirm that, man.
Yeah. So is the historian on? Is he watching? Bernal, are you online? In terms of who has clinched playoffs and who has not, that'd be good to know. We can go ahead and look at the bracket. But my point is, do I worry
I'll
about it,
tell
or
you what, you
I
got
could just like
KCD.
I just you know,
Yeah, you should chill. You can just chill.
I could
Why
just
waste
chill.
the roster spot on a second defense? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I mean,
I
I
would just
don't.
play. Yeah, I would just. You got Darren Waller to plug in for Kelsey. As far as defense, I would just fuck it, chill, like you say, if
Your
you ain't
defense
worried
most of
about
the
it.
time can get you like 3 or 5 points. You're usually getting like
Yeah, and
zero,
it might
one.
get you fucking negative. Yeah, so you might as well be
Exactly.
good at zero, But if you had to stream, I would say, hey, Pittsburgh versus Bengals. That's a good one. Obvious reasons. Pittsburgh with their defense, that's the reason they're still undefeated. Although Joe Burrow, he will have those massive numbers as far as pass attempts, but I think it's a good one where you can get some turnovers off the rookie, some easy points. 2, 3 points here, sack, interception. Chicago Bears versus Vikings. Bears defense is still stout, so. I mean, I think they're averaging 20 points per game, or they're
Okay.
allowing 21 points per game. What do you
So,
got there?
so historian is telling me 5 wins clinches the playoffs. So pretty much everyone's in except for Vu, my father, and Kyle. I thought my father has he clinched? So basically, I know it's a 3-way like race down to the finish between Vu, the Cypress Ballbusters, and the Stinky Richards. So the Stinky Richards is the outside looking in right now at 3-6. The other two are 4-5. I do believe um, Stinky Richards have beaten Vu's team head to head. So basically, if Bob wins and Kyle wins his game, Vu gets knocked out, and Kyle's taking Vu's place as an eighth seed. So two
Mm-hmm.
spots left open, three peeps fight for it. Kyle, Vu, and Bob. Okay, so Bob has not clinched it at all. I think. Okay,
Ooh.
so I think it'd be hard for him to lose though because I think he's still maybe has a tiebreaker. So Kyle would have to win, Vu would have to win, and Kyle and Bob would have to lose. So I think if just Bob has the worst record, he would be kicked out. So Bob has to win the game. It's a must win for all three guys. And if
Yeah,
everyone,
yeah, you got to win out. That's pretty much what BMAC's saying, right? Shit.
yeah,
But
yeah,
damn,
and
if you need 5 wins, that's tough, man. Yeah. And I know we're just
it's
talking about it, but man, we gotta go back to we gotta
oh,
get extend the regular season. You know what I'm
well,
saying?
it's the 5 wins clinches it just mathematically because then there's gonna be teams that don't.
Mm.
Um, I think
Oh,
yeah.
I see. I see.
So
Embarrassing.
if all of the guys win their game, Kyle's still out of the playoffs. So Bob beat
Ooh.
Kyle, so he's okay.
It's a good transition here, man.
Yeah.
This is the balls deep update, man. I tell you what, as far as Survivor, um, week 8, Will got eliminated, 98.96 points. Um, his lowest score was actually the Ravens defense, with their lowest score of the season. Yeah, like 9 points. Unfortunately, week 9 last week. Fuck you, Dave. I
Boo boo.
I got eliminated. I had the lowest score, man. So 119,
Wait, who's left?
119 at
It feels like everyone's gone.
one. Yeah, I gotta see. Well, for sure Tank because I scored 119.45. Tank scored 119.55. So motherfucker got saved by a tenth of a point. Um, so I know Tank's in it. Don't know who else, man. Um,
I'm just pulling up the
I'm looking
overall
at the
standings right
roster
now.
right now. I know Steve's out. I know John Vu's out. Oh, I think Vu's still in it. Oh man.
How? How?
Actually, I got it right here. I got it right here. Let me open it up. Here's who's been eliminated. I'll say that: Randy week 1, Kyle week 2, D week 3, Bob week 4, Steve week 5, B Mac week 6, Gav week 7, and the week 8 Will, me week 9. So yeah, Vu's still in this bitch. Tank, and then damn Vu, Tank, and who else? Anyways, yes. Fuck, gotta be one more. That's some bullshit, man.
Is that Ivy? Matt?
Oh, Matt. Yeah, Matt. It's Matt. Oh man, they're in it for the Benji, man. They're in it for the Benji.
Oh wow.
Shit. Hey, some other updates. I tell you, we had a mini Survivor, uh, which was like between our divisions. So there was six of us former champs in a division, and then the six I labeled sugar daddies as a division.
All right, yeah, that's right.
Um,
That's what we're looking at.
so Matt actually won that one. He was going against Will. Higher score wins. It just so happened that they were also playing that week, so that lined up with this mini Survivor battle. Anyways, Matt won that. That's $25 right there. And then in the Sugar Daddy division, Tank beat Steve 109 to 103. So Tank won $25 right there. That was for week 8. That's wild, man. I'll tell you what. And then other things B Mac brought up. Cedar Will clinched a couple weeks ago, playoffs. I think in week 7 or 6. Uh, Randy, motherfucker, been eliminated for a while now, but hey, gotta show props to him, man. So let's look at his team, man. He's on a 2-game win streak, man. The boy's hot right now, man. Let's see what he's playing with, man. I want to look fire in the eye, man. God damn, man. This motherfucker right here. That's a
So he
former
won his last contest,
two-time champion.
141 to 136. He beat the Flash
136.
Gordons, a playoff team.
Damn, B-Mac. Wow. How you let that happen? Let's look at that score. Yeah, that's fun.
Okay.
See that scoreboard. See what happened here, man. All right, the Flash Gordon. Look at that. I love it. Damn, this is cool. It lines up the points and then the projections. Oh man. So Matt Ryan balled out. Justin Jackson. Oh my goodness. Randy could have put anyone else in.
How do you get zero?
He could have put anyone else in. Man. Oh, he still won with the goose egg too. Bernal, how'd you let that
And he
happen? Oh
also got
my
a negative point from the
God.
49ers defense of negative
Oh,
.75.
God damn it, B Mac. All right. I'll tell you
Mm.
what, though, B Mac's team was looking stacked at one point. Alvin Kamara, Devontae Adams. Now you plug in Antonio Brown. You've had Chris Godwin on IR. Not to mention, you got one of the top defenses in the Colts. Man, I'll tell you what, we'll see what's going down. We'll see what's going down.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Yeah, good shit, though.
Um, you know what's surprising? Speaking of the Colts, T.Y. Hilton, just like a non-factor in fantasy and their team, like
Yeah, man.
with Philip Rivers, it's surprising.
We're Hey, that's the next big segment there. Like, I don't know if we should name it something sad like has-beens, or if we should just like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's wild. I thought that was a match made in heaven with Philip
Me
Rivers.
too.
You know what I'm
I thought he
saying?
was injured, but I looked into him like, no, he's just not getting a lot of love, or like juices aren't flowing over there anymore without old Andrew Luck. I wonder what Andrew Luck is
Hey, I had
doing right now.
oh, Andrew Luck is man. If Talia wasn't here, I'll tell you what Andrew Luck is doing right now. And it's not eating good food at a gentleman's club. I'll tell you that. Uh, that's about as PG rated as I can do it. Hey man, Gav, I wanted to send you another fuck you, dog, for you won the side pot last week for largest margin victory. So you beat me by 63.89 points. $25 to
Woo!
you.
We need that cash, baby.
Yeah, bitch ass motherfucker, man. And then
Yeah.
smallest margin of victory, Randy actually won some dough too. So Randy, only got 2 wins, but already got $25 back, man. He beat Bernal by 4.47 points. So that was the smallest margin victory side pot,
Talia
largest
there.
margin victories. Yeah, she over there loving herself on the screen, huh? Look at you, man. Thanks, huh? Man. Hey, to end week 10, this is the last week. Everyone gets a chance to win $25.
How?
Um, we got the soulmate side pot. So we had this in week 4 or 5. It's not necessarily who you're playing this week, but we match you up with somebody random and or not random, but we match you up with somebody and
Oh, like a secret admirer.
yeah. This is whoever scores the higher. If you score higher than that person, you win $25. So it's B Mac versus Matt. I think Bernal won the first time. So
Where do
Matt
we?
don't get swept, dog.
How do you find the matchups?
Uh,
Are you gonna post them?
oh, they're on the Discord for sure.
Oh, did
They're
you?
on the Discord.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, man. If you go to league side pots payouts and then the pin message. Who else we got?
Oh,
Bob and
okay.
Will. Bob and Will, winner. Whoever scores highest out of that, 25 points.
Got D and
D and
Kyle.
K who? Yeah.
Yeah, me and Vu, you
Me
and
and Vu.
Randy, Steve and Sarenka. All
Yeah,
right.
man. So don't get swept, man. Don't get swept. Don't give that other person $50, man. If you lost, and then if you won, be a greedy motherfucker, man. Be old Scrooge ass. It's that time of year, baby. Go get that, sweep that motherfucker. Get that 50, man. And then the last, we actually got a couple more side pots at the end of the season. One is I named it Doctor Strange. I don't know why. It's $25 to whoever has the least number of free agency transactions at the end of the season.
That could be
I
me.
wonder who's winning that right now.
It could be me,
Yeah,
man. I've
that's a
only done
good one,
like,
man.
I'll look that up.
Yeah, let's look. Can you pull that up? Yeah, man.
Yeah, I
And
can.
then the other one's $25. Is the Kim Kardashian side pod. This is the person going to the person who got the most points scored against them this season.
Ooh, I'm
So
actually not leading
see
this.
who's eating see who's eating a bag of
Tim
dicks the
Tebow
most.
before
Oh, I like
hose.
this. Oh yeah, let's see.
Oh
Where
wait,
we
no,
at?
it's trade acquired. So this is just
Oh, they don't
overall. I
have.
don't, this
Oh,
doesn't
they
tell me
don't have. They
free
don't.
agent. Wait.
Oh, they don't tabulate this hoe.
There's gotta be a way.
Oh,
Added, dropped, most added players. Oh, these are just
oh, go back.
overall.
I think it was active. I think it was active, bro. Yeah, that one, that one.
Which one? Points
Active,
against.
right?
What do you mean active? What the hell are you looking at?
Oh, that column under the transaction
Oh,
counter.
oh, active,
I
activate.
guess not. I
No, we'll
don't
have
know
to
what the
pull
hell
this up. This sounds like the work for the historian.
Yeah.
It's not. Don't call it comeback standings. Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know if we had much more to run through, but I just want to get back